Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to take a few minutes and go over your written assignment that is due at the end of the academic year. Before I begin, you can find all the details in terms of this assignment in your course outline or syllabus. I've also posted information in terms of due dates on your announcement page. So make sure that you check that out. Now, basically, what this assignment is I'm asking you to find a piece of peer review research, okay, on any particular psychological topic of interest. All right. Now, what is a peer review research article? Well, it's a piece of research, basically speaking, that has been peer reviewed. For example, I do an experiment, I do a little bit of research, I write that particular material up, and I submit it to some, literature, article, magazine, book, whatever. And that particular research is reviewed by multiple people within the field. And it's critiqued. And that particular research is considered, really solid, really, really good because it's been peer reviewed. It's been reviewed by many, many people within the field. A great place to start to find a peer-reviewed research article is simply your college database or your college library. I really encourage looking at Cite Articles. It's a nice little database where you can put in particular topics you may be interested in, and it really helps you structure your search in terms of identifying a peer-reviewed research article. Something to keep in mind, all peer-reviewed research articles tend to be organized the very same way. So that's a nice way to identify whether it actually is a peer-reviewed research article. So what I mean by that is each one of these has particular titles or sections. So for an example, if I was looking at a piece of peer-reviewed research article, I would see a title, I would see an abstract, I would see an introduction, I would see a method section, I would see a results section, I would see a discussion and conclusion section, I would see a reference section. Again, your article must have all of these aspects. Otherwise, it may not be considered a peer-reviewed research article. So you want to find one of those. I encourage you to start this as soon as you possibly can. The reason being is some peer-reviewed research articles can be 40 pages, some can be 2 or 3. So you want to find something that is short. And even more importantly, there's some peer-reviewed research articles out there that are just going to be really confusing to read. There's going to be some that might be a little bit easier to read. So you don't want to wait until the last minute to find something or look for something that you simply just aren't going to be interested in, or is simply just going to be impossible to go through in terms of that last week. So I encourage you to start as soon as possible. Once you've found that peer-reviewed research article, again, this is all in your course outline or syllabus. I'm going to ask you to obviously read it and answer a series of questions. Now, when you set this up, okay, on your paper, I'm not looking for you to answer this free flowing. All right. So the questions are: 1, question; 2, answer the question; 3, answer the question. So it's almost like a short answer. That's how I want you to set up your paper. Okay. So it's easy for you to keep track of. And again, it's easy for me to find these answers. Because again, I have so many of these particular classes, I want to be able to find the answers right away. Now, what are those questions? So again, those are right in your course outline or syllabus. Let me just pull up those questions for you. All right, so the first question: what is the research question or questions of the article? All right, so again, you're going to set up your paper with number 1, answer the question. Second question: what was the author or author's hypothesis? All right, so again, you're going to look through your particular article, answer that question. Number 3, which research method or methods did the author or authors use? So you want to look through and identify those particular research methods. Part of that question is, what were the variables within the study? Second part, how were they measured? All right, so Third question, you can see I've got a couple little sub questions in there. You want to make sure you address them all. Number 4, what was the results of this study? Okay. Did it support or reject the original hypothesis? Make sure you give supporting details within your statement. So a real key thing here is you don't want to just copy and paste the results. You want to show or identify demonstrating details in terms of your statement on whether it supported or rejected the original hypothesis. The fifth question, and to be honest, the most important to me, is what is the main piece of information you can learn from this study? Based upon this information, how can we or you apply it to a real world application? Here's the biggest mistake students make with this question. Do not repeat the answer you put for number 4. I'm not asking you to repeat the results of your study. What I'm asking you to do is tell me, now that you know the results of this particular study, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to apply it in terms of moving forward in other classes? How are you going to apply it on an internship? How are you going to apply it on a possible job that you currently have right now? Okay, so like for an example, obviously, I'm a mental health clinician, so something of interest to me in terms of a peer review research, I'm constantly reading articles on mood disorders and types of treatments and medications that are out there. Same thing with like addiction, comorbidity, things like that. So maybe I possibly learn a new treatment plan or a new medication that is out there in terms of working well with this particular population. For number 5, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to utilize that information on my job. Okay. Really, really, really important in terms of doing that. Common question I often get from students: how long does this need to be? I don't mean to be sarcastic, but as long as it takes to answer the questions. Okay. Some of these are only going to be a couple sentences. Some of them might be a paragraph or 2. Okay. I'll tell you this, if you're able to answer all 5 questions on 1 page, you did it wrong, okay? This is gonna take at least 2 or 3 pages to answer these particular questions if done appropriately and right, okay? Now, when you go to submit this assignment, this is really, really important, okay? So not only are you submitting your assignment, but you need to submit the article as well, okay? So you want to download your article from whatever library website that you're going to, and you want to download it in PDF form, okay? You want to include that with your assignment submission. Why? Because I need to read your article. In order to, grade your answers, I need to know the article. I need to know the information in terms of that. Do not send me links, okay? Don't put yourself in a situation where it's past the due date and I can't access the article. Because again, that's simply, I can't grade it. So you'll just end up getting a 0 in terms of that assignment. So hopefully that gives you a nice little background in terms of the assignment, gives you some direction. If you still have any questions, or if you would like me to review your peer review research article just to make sure that it is appropriate, feel free. Shoot me an email with that article, and I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to shoot me an email, and good luck on the assignment. All right, thanks, guys.